You're watching Action News Now. Storm Tracker weather. Coverage you can count on.
Welcome back. Now it's time for another look at the weather with meteorologist Patrick Wright. So Patrick, it's feeling a lot cooler today than it has been these last few weeks. How long is this cool down going to last?
Well, the good news is it'll last at least a few more days into the early part of next week, although it is kicking off with some monsoonal moisture moving through, and with that comes a threat for some thunderstorms. With that threat for thunderstorms, we do have some red flag warnings. Here's where they're at on the map. Most of it in our mountain areas, so that's something to be aware of if you are heading out into the mountains this weekend, because you will see a chance for some thunderstorms popping up, bringing some strong and erratic winds at times, and we may see dry lightning along with that, so be very careful when it comes to the fire danger. This is for elevations above 6,000 feet. Now here's what we have looking outside right now in the valley itself. We have some darker clouds moving up ahead. So far, I haven't heard of any rain hitting the ground at least. This is the view from the East Los Molinos camera. Most of the moisture is evaporating before it reaches the ground, which is why we have that fire risk in the mountains. But as I mentioned, mountain thunderstorm risk bringing a chance for some fires to start with the dry lightning. We are cool for now, but hot weather may be returning by later next week. So here's what we're tracking on our futurecast. We will have more clouds and moisture streaming in late tonight into tomorrow morning. This may hold up some of our temperatures compared to what it would be with a completely clear sky, but there is still a chance for some moisture tomorrow morning into tomorrow afternoon to really get going as the sun comes up and starts mixing the atmosphere, giving us some bubbliness or upward motion that could kick off some thunderstorms in the mountains, especially again in the afternoon. You see some of those cells popping up sporadically. It is hard to say exactly where, but there is the isolated chance for all of our mountain areas, and we start to clear out by tomorrow evening into Monday morning. So that is the good news with this system, but we may see some thunderstorms return in the mountains by Monday afternoon. Lows tonight, mid to upper 70s, so it will be some uncomfortable sleeping weather. We are keeping the clouds around at times, so that's going to help insulate us this evening. Highs tomorrow, right around 100 degrees. I think some places will be a little higher, some places will be a little lower, depending how thick those clouds are and if they are right over you at a specific point during the day. So just keep that in mind. But this ridge of high pressure is shifting to the east. That is helping funnel some of this monsoonal moisture up into our area. But we start to see this wobbling around, breaking down a little bit through Tuesday, and then building back in by the end of next week. So that's something we will keep an eye on. But for now, temperatures getting into the upper 90s by Tuesday and Wednesday for Chico, lower 60s. So some nice relief in the overnight hours during that same time, but we start to rise back up to around 108 to 109 degrees for parts of the valley by next Friday and Saturday. So the heat is at least taking a brief break before it does come back, and we return closer to 110 next weekend.
All right, thanks, Patrick. The fire season is here, and if you don't know your evacuation zones, Action News Now has you covered. Just head to actionnewsnow.com and click on news links to find all of our area evacuation maps in one place. We'll be right back.